recoil. Like
That-
you legit
speaks-
point and shoot the gun. It takes no skill.
Oh my god, this is
right.
exactly what I need.
It takes a lot of skill
To what? Point and shoot there, Sandman?
to be
No.
a qualified,
Yeah.
to be a good support guy and or whatever thing you are. You need skill. You can't just pick a Z6 up and left click it and think you're good.
No, that's all you do with the Z6.
No, you need to understand the mantra behind it.
Shut your
To
mouth.
be a support instructor is more than to have a Z6. You
Listen.
must support the squad, support the platoon, and support the Legion.
Listen, you know what? If I'm choosing any support weapon, it's either the L or the Z1000, because both of those require your time.
The
If
L
I'm
is better than the
choosing a
Z6,
support
honestly.
weapon, I'm choosing the Trooper. Because the Trooper is the greatest support in the 501st Legion. Long live the Republic. Also, I played Arma for about 9.5 hours today. I literally have not stopped playing Arma today. So
Those are always good days.
You guys look at like the weapon that the trooper's using, but I look at the trooper as the weapon.
exactly.
That was Sam just said.
Yeah.
No,
he's-
it isn't.
He's just trying to ride on my coattails. So we just get a little.
If I'm gonna write on anything, it's gonna be your fucking dick, right?
Oh, don't make promises. Oh shit! Next year's your wedding, and you're gonna be out here, huh? Hey, during the fucking
Bachelor
reception,
party.
you may be getting married to your wife, but we really know who you're married to. We'll consummate it
The core.
again.
I can't comment. My wife's gonna listen to this and she's gonna be like, "Yeah, sounds like you." I can't take that hurt.
I think that I think that military wives and military girlfriends, like after a while, they just understand that like homoeroticism is just a part of the military. So they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
The shit that we say and Courtney doesn't even bat an eye. Like when we first started dating, I'd be like, "Fuck my ass," and she'd be like, "What did you just say?" Now it's just like, oh, he must be losing in a video game. Yep. She understands fully now that it's just, it comes with the territory.
She like walks into a conversation that fucking where it's like Sandman and I are just borderline erotic role playing with each other, and then she's just like, "Hi."
Would you kiss Dwayne Johnson or would you kiss Brad Pitt? And she's just like, "Yeah, that's fine. That's normal. Everything's good here."
No, you need to do a better impression. You need to do a better impression of your girlfriend, because your girlfriend is literally just you, but
she's got that Cali accent, the fucking that Valley accent a little bit. Like when she gets really passionate about shit, it really comes out. She's like, "Today we just had a meeting with the board and we got 700 clicks per minute." It just fucking goes full blown fucking SoCal.
Okay, well, get her in here. I'm gonna hear it.
She's actually getting her hair done, so she ain't here right now. She's bringing me home dinner.
That's convenient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a girlfriend. All right, she's just not here.
She's in a different unit.
Yeah,
she's in a different unit.
She's in the 327th. Okay, you wouldn't understand.
You don't know her.
She doesn't go here. What up, guys? It's Bridger with Valhalla, Sandman. Dakota's on deck here. We have a new guest for you today. Welcome back to We Are 501. I hope you're having a good start to your week here. I guess this is Monday when you're hearing this for the first time. Fingers crossed. If it's me listening to this, hi, I'm on vacation. I look very happy and rested. We are back with another episode. This is episode 11. We have a great guest today, and I believe our first from, I guess second from Razor. I don't want to miscount like Wordimus, but this is the first true pilot that we have. Yeah. So it's exciting. So shout out to Razor. Before we get to that, we'll do what we usually do, is we will talk about campaign and kind of go from there. If you did miss our campaign video, Target put out an awesome video for campaign recap this past week here. We're going to be putting those out every couple weeks, so you guys can be reminded of what's going on. But we hope that that'll be a good help to you. We also have main campaign man here today, and he did something very cool that I haven't seen before, and I think it's going to succeed where others might have not. But also in announcements, there was some context given there, which was really cool. If you missed that, check announcements channel. I'll have our boy talk about that in his interview here, and we'll kind of go through there. I actually thought that he was dead because we found him dead in our operation last week. Turns out he's alive and well, so glad to see that. Avalanche is wrapping up their campaign this week here. That is the good news. So looks like, I think if I'm not mistaken, Av1 is going to go next week only. Can anyone confirm that for me? So I don't
confirm.
Can confirm. So Av1 is going one more time next week. Knock him dead. Have fun, Legio. And then we're going to go on. We're going to turn that card over to Cyclone. So Cyclone, if you guys are getting antsy, get ready because you guys are about to go into the big show. So good luck to you guys over there in Cyclone. Av 1, 2, and 3 have done a pretty good job pushing everything back. Av 1 and 2 are currently working on moving south down the peninsula. That's likely going to be where y'all were swapped down there. And it looks like Av 3 has been swinging wildly like a drunk Florida man at the literal entire Western Front. And connecting on what seemed to be every hit. So shout out to the boys. Shout out to everyone at Avalanche for putting in some awesome weeks and making some cold hard cash because we love money. There've been some good moments, and Av 1's going to wrap up next week. Av 2 had some nice moments also, and I'm pretty sure they were completely encircled at one point and then completely fought that off. So it's actually kind of impressive. So good job for them.
That's just a regular.
Is that a regular thing?
Yeah, it's just normal.
Awesome. You guys like the difficulty high. But we're getting ready to pass off to Cyclone here. It's truly been a privilege. And we even had some opportunity to run on ground with some of the Minoc assets here for their own branch of campaign. Found some really interesting stuff when they went out on Friday night. Looks like there's some pretty interesting installations to the north side. So they'll likely be discussing that in War Room going forward here. So shout out to Minoc. Way to grind that because that was a tough one. Definitely saw that.
Do you wish to no longer feel the pain of CIS blasters burning your skin? Then come on down to CMP Fluorite's office every Saturday at 2 p.m. EST to get your weekly supply of Republic painkillers. Be advised, side effects may include, but are not limited to, passing out from heart failure, playing Arma uncontrollably, and crippling depression.
As far as High Council goes, and I did it again. I always go like, what the heck is going on? Even though I'm in the meeting. But this was the first meeting that I had been in where I had to take it from the office because I'm back to work. The meetings are starting off a lot shorter than last year. Sometimes we've been there for like 1 or 2 hours, and now we're closer to 30 minutes. So shout out to everybody. We're streamlining how this is working, and I'm sure everybody's very proud. The only thing that is kind of coming up here is it looks like we are trying to do our best to put out a fix for some of the server sharing problems that we've had. I know that it looks like I know BCT has been reabsorbed. BCT was recently absorbed into UTC, so UTC will be getting a dedicated server to run all their trainings on, so it won't mess with squad trainings and it won't mess with ops or anything. No more people coming on to tell you to get off server because they need to change the map to help the recruits. So they're going to get their own dedicated server. It's going to help a lot of you guys, get your squad trainings off. So that is in the works. and looks like we're gonna have a new co-MP, co-head MP soon, and we'll likely have him on the show in the future here, and we can talk about how much of a smelly nerd that he is. So that'll be fun. But that's kind of the big thing, the biggest two things that came from the War Council last week, and looking forward to going again this week. Right, Casskun?
Right.
Right. Yeah. Ridiculous balls right there. Yeah, but other than that, as Oxmod goes, we are still working through some server stuff. There were a few hiccups this week. Don't panic. Some of the other Ox mods had been updated, and it made things a little bit prickly. Usually, the updates do not go out on Friday nights. That was the accidental case this week. Usually, everyone updates on Mondays. So, if you can, make it a habit. Repair your mod lists on Mondays there, just to make sure that you have everything for the following week. In order to try to mitigate that, because that was certainly a surprise. I've never seen half of a platoon load before, and then the other half not get on the right side of the update. That was really strange. So I thought that was hilarious. But in the future, just so you know, if you haven't already as well, also Oxmod related here. If you haven't already, go check out the Coming Soon channel in the main Discord. This is an awesome channel. If you want to know what's going to happen and what is to come through Oxmod, Klinger just posted some awesome stuff. There's some new assets. If you're excited by that and it gets you nice and warm and fuzzy feeling inside, or rock hard, I don't know what you're into, right, Sandman? If you like that stuff, go check out the Coming Soon channel. It's got a bunch of awesome shit. Go look at it. Go oogle it. Go ogle it. I don't know. Is it oogle or ogle? I don't know. But go look at it. Some awesome stuff. It's coming through the pipeline to a battlefield near you soon. So, stonks. Do you guys see that Droideka sniper thing, by the way?
What? No. Why?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Bro. Go look Coming Soon.
It's pretty fucking sick looking.
Look at that thing.
There's too many channels. That's why nobody looks at it, is because nobody can fucking find it. All right, let me see it.
It's in resource management right below Ox announcements. C7.
I'm in the channel, by the way, or I'm in that soup shop, by the way, Lima. Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
What?
I like that, dude.
Yeah, a whole new model for the Deca as well too, which should be interesting. Oh, E-Webs are coming back too. That's what I'm saying, guys. Go look at the Coming Soon channel. There is.
Oh damn. Okay.
I should hiccup.
So
free content here, you guys. It's amazing.
These new decas are actually fucking nasty, by the way. Like in a good way. In a good way, content wise. In a bad way, for one of them fucked my ass up. I had no idea what the fuck it was when it was shooting at me. In the last op that I was in, when I was platoon arc for Avalanche 2 last op, I was getting shot by one, and I was like, "What the?" I was like, "There's something in here. I just don't know what the fuck it is." And it was that thing. And now that I see it, well, I know what it is.
Nice. Oh yeah. Also, just in case you missed it last week, there's just three big things that came from the update last week. But if you're a grenadier and you like the grenadier and you like, blue in your squad, the UGL is now full auto. So very fun for you. You're welcome.
Excuse me?
It is
full auto.
See, look, you went 6 days without knowing that had happened. Look at that. You just went through an op. You went through 9 hours of Arma today and did not know that it was full auto. How do you feel right now?
Well, I didn't run Grenadier, so I mean...
But you could have.
I could have, but this goes back to the beginning where the whole, it takes a qualified, specialized support guy to be good at support. That's me. I'm a support guy. Besides, when I want to stack bodies and tanks. Assault.
You're also a senior support guy. You got to remember that now.
Oh, wow. You're not wrong.
Those exist now? Okay, whatever.
Yep.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Whoa.
Look at Aiden. Look at Aiden.
I know he's following in
What
my
a guy.
footsteps.
Yeah. Anyway, the last one that was really, I mean, looks like there was some old helmet models removed. I'm sure Casskun's excited about that too. So just some general housekeeping and stuff like that. And obviously, as usual, Tardigrade, Project Beep Boop, Phoenix, those are all still ongoing. And you can obviously talk to the project head leads of those if needed. I believe it's Klinger, Power, and who am I missing? Who's I know Power's doing Tardigrade, Klinger's doing Beep Boop, so who's doing Phoenix?
Power is also doing Phoenix, but since it's live, it's kind of pushed to the side since we have operable assets.
What a dirty bitch. He's dual wielding. What a guy.
He's insane.
Oh, that's way to go, Power. Okay. Yeah. So those are two guys you need to talk to if you need information on that. They have told me repeatedly that they're more than happy to talk your ear off for hours on end discussing what they're working on. So sounds like good stuff.
Here in my hangar with my brand new Lat C. Fun to fly around here on Geonosis. But you know what I like more than this Lat C? It's supporting the 501st Legion on Patreon. Every month, the unit's responsible for keeping the lights on. We can only do that with your support. Like our famed Captain Rex once said, that's what brothers do.
All right, I guess we'll start beating around the bush here, and I kind of totally ruined it. But today we have extra special man, who is the EXO of Razor, and that's Casskun.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
I have a ton of questions for you today.
That's intimidating.
I'm very, very excited. A couple of your friends have asked for. So that's
no.
that's pretty good.
No.
And we're gonna get some good stories out of you today, hopefully. But let's start with per tradition. We will just kind of start talk about yourself. Why did you join the unit? How did you get to where you are? And talk about your journey a little bit. How did you get to be the XO of Razor? Start from the time that I don't know, Odin told you to get up and line up against the wall in BCT. Okay, go.
Okay, so found a video that Forensic posted on YouTube, and it said join today. I had owned Arma and fucked around in Zeus a little bit, but never really played it. And because every time I tried, I just immediately got schwacked. God. I'm either not good at it or this AI is aimbots. So I joined. Spartan recruited me. Did my BCT. I did enough to pass, barely. And then after BCT, some female walked up to me. Her name is Kitty, and she said, "You need to go talk to that guy." So I had no idea what's going on. So I said, "Okay," and I walk up to this guy. His name is Scuba. Stupid name. And so I, hi, I was told to speak with you, and I get oh, okay, you're on the list. I'm like, okay, for what? Your IEA's in like 3 weeks here. Practice J turns. Like, what? So I got shanghaied into Razor. I wanted to Zeus. That was like the big thing I joined to do because I love the idea of storytelling, and that's kind of probably why I'm in campaign management now. I'm the sub lead of campaign management for whatever godforsaken reason, and I've been in Razor ever since. Just flew and trained, and I like people. I like playing with people. I like teaching things. I was an NCO in the Army, the U.S. Army, so I like imparting knowledge and watching people grow and get better. Even when I can't do it myself. And yeah, that's it. That's the journey. It's pretty boring.
You wow.
Imagine unironically being a real life NCO, dude. It cannot be me.
How much of your real life experience have you actually used here? Just out of curiosity.
A lot. And frankly, growing up in this unit when I was a brand new NCO. There's nothing to teach you leadership like having to motivate volunteers who do not have to fucking be here. With a Joe, you can say beat your face, and they have to beat your face. They have to beat their face because you told them to. Here, if I tell somebody that they're fucking up and they need to unfuck themselves, they can very well walk out of the room, and I'm just an angry dick at that point. So learning how to work with people and how to explain to them the situation really helped me, train my guys in my squad and everything. And yeah, so quite a fucking bit.
How long did it? So I mean, I think a lot of people, when they get out of UTC, they're kind of like, okay, yeah, like here's the here's the infantry chain of command. So as far as Razor goes, and Word of Miss was like, go ask them because I don't really know. But what is like kind of like the hierarchy like in Razor? Because I've noticed that you guys have like a seniority thing. How do you guys establish that? How does that come about?
Seniority. Do you mind clarifying for me?
Do you remember the old Orbat, like the one the Google Sheets, and it had like literally like it said order of
Right.
seniority? Do you remember that?
Right. I do. Yeah.
What was that? I guess that's what I'm asking. Is what how was that established? Is that just literally because that was like how long they were there for? Or?
That was kind of a assessment by Scuba of who could most handle themselves in a situation, as well as what billet you occupied. So if Scuba's obviously at the top because he was the guy. What he said goes, or went, I guess. And then from there it was who's most capable. So that's what that seniority thing is. That's pretty much disappeared with this Razor revamp in the form of Whetstone. So now it's rank represents time. There are periods where you can get promoted faster, but that's for like seriously meritorious, conduct and pushing forward and driving and being a member of the community, and but in the interim, it really is: are you capable of leading? Do you want to lead? And are you doing the job? That's what it has evolved into.
Now regarding Whetstone, I remember when you put this out, and I think everybody was in pretty much overwhelming support of it. What are some of the biggest things you think have changed between what Razor used to be post versus post Whetstone?
Oh God, short answer or long answer?
Well, whatever you would prefer, my man. I think we both know you like the short version.
All right. What I've seen most is that pilots are leaving the Razor channels and going and hanging out with other people, and they're talking and they're discussing strategies, because we finally have bad guys that the Deuce can stop us in our tracks. And that means we have to ask for help, and that creates this fantastic joint scenario where a platoon commander can now have a mission dynamically presented to him entirely organically, and he has to, well, fuck, okay, all right, 3-1, go do the thing. And now 3-1 has all right, what are we doing? We're killing this thing. All right, where is it? We think it's in this area. Oh, that's fun. And it's cool watching pilots work with infantry, and having volunteers say, hey, if you ever need help, let me know. Like, I'm fucking happy. I have had Nexu in the back of my lat literally dragging my gear through the mud because I was trying to stay so low, and like requesting of them, hey, can you kill this? And they're like, oh yeah, it's on our way. Like, fuck yes, thank God. Because they can absolutely annihilate us, these new assets. So I've noticed pilots training more. I've noticed the general level of skill, motivation. Our recruitment is through the goddamn roof. It's just better morale all around, and that's really from analyzing the gameplay loop, which was boring as fuck, and doing the research of what makes a video game rewarding. Why do we play video games? Down to the core of it, and what it really is a challenge, and overcoming that challenge and doing so in a team environment really just it fills something deep within the human psyche of being a part of something and contributing to success in whatever measure it is.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask, but I mean, since you brought it up, I mean, you guys are absolutely murdering recruiting right now.
It's so nice.
I literally I can't I can't watch a kid go out of UTC now without him going like requesting, to be listed. And I think that is so awesome for you guys that you figured out the formula. I necessarily is probably not good for the rest of the unit because right now we got like two groups of people, and like one group is like, I'm going to Razor, and we're like, awesome, and the other group's like, I would like to be a combat medic. So and that's the two groups of people right now, and I know that if any other 6s and 7s are listening to this right now, I think they know. So that's kind of like the funniest thing that is happening right now. But the fact that you guys are benefiting off that and getting some new blood is I think is amazing, and I think it's long overdue for you guys. I mean, these new assets, if you want to talk about those a little bit, just so everybody's aware. I mean, beforehand it was kind of like you could probably shoot something from a couple clicks up. When I did OCS and my shadows for OCS for the Razor portion, I remember flying on with Ginger, who's a phenomenal pilot and human being, by the way. I did it with him, and I realized that you guys are up there, at least before the changes, like you guys could be up there for like an hour at a time and just kind of hanging out and zooming in on stuff. And something tells me that's really not the case as much anymore with these new assets.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So prior to Whetstone, in campaign operations, we averaged about 5 taskings per mission. Some missions were harder, some units really, asked for help, and others completely ignored our existence, and we were there for reinserts. We really were the bus drivers of the meme of the time. Our weapon systems could reach render distance of server limited 10 kilometers. We could tank shots from just about everything, and the couple things that could annihilate us in one hit, we could simply fly above. It was not uncommon for a pilot to load on server, do insert, and then sit at a point in the sky and open Netflix because so little happened. And it took a certain, we had a support mindset of we are here to make sure that it's fun for everyone else. And it worked for a while, and it just stopped. It stopped. Whatever magic there was disappeared, and we were hurting. We had 16 pilots supporting 7 to 10 operations a weekend. And so if you average that out, that's less than 2 people per op. If everyone only did 1, and that just wasn't the case. We had people really throwing down their free time and doing everything they could, and I didn't want to leave that level of dedication to this community unrecognized, and I didn't want them to have to do that because that's a really fast recipe for burnout. So after Whetstone, if you really want to boil it down to something simple, it's how can I best make pilots cry? So the Vulture was a VTOL, which the Arma code for us just didn't want to work because every VTOL has a turret. So it kind of flies like a half helicopter, half jet, and it doesn't do gun runs. It doesn't dogfight. The Vulture's literally just defaulted to circling in the sky. It was cancerous. So we turned them into jets, and now they will absolutely organically cast people. They can go 1,500 kilometers an hour. They can outmaneuver a lot. And we have specialized airframes and roles. I literally modeled it off a squad because you guys have the right idea. You have troopers with different jobs, and they all fulfill a specific function. And so I created that with our aircraft, our airframes. We have 8 different aircraft, and one is an AWACS and an air-to-air refueler. And others are, pure dogfighters. Others are missile interceptors. Others are just outright disgustingly capable CAS aircraft. We even added gun pods to the ARC 170 because more bullet per bullet. Why not? So yeah, it was just about giving pilots the tools to fight these new things, which are disgustingly capable. I made missile launchers that you basically can't flare off. It's all skill based. Not getting shot in the first place is the real game there. You'll see lats way lower to the ground now, literally hiding with the squad behind a building.
That's true.
Just huddling behind a hill, like, oh god, I don't want to get shot. Please help. It's fantastic, because pilots can know fear now. And I'm not trying to make that sound like cringy or edgy or anything. It's just literally you can be in a situation where you don't have a response and you have to rely on that teamwork. Much in the way that I've experienced, mostly because I'm incompetent on the ground. But when you're pinned down by a droideka or multiple B2s or something, you scream for help and people rush in and be the hero and get you out of that situation. And we have that now with this Whetstone update.
That's so
So-
killer, man.
Yeah, we added missile launchers that were disgustingly capable, and then we decided that they should be able to shoot anything on Altus if they felt like it. So we have radars that literally just buff everything and turn every missile into a Terminator, and we gave the ARC special missiles. So its job is to go super fast, super low, literally carving the tops off the trees to pop up, acquire a missile, fire it while dodging missiles the whole time, and then dive back down. It's a much more active and dynamic way of playing.
Yeah, that'll put some fear into some pilots for sure.
Yeah, so if you know you have a good setup and you have good teamwork, you can dominate. But just simply by limiting the sensors, we no longer have that 360 cone or that 360 sphere of all knowledge. Now you have to physically turn your aircraft. Zeus can sneak vultures onto your butt, and you won't notice it until all of a sudden guns are lighting your ass up and you're falling to the ground in flames. So it really does just create a more just threatening environment where you have to be on your toes.
Want a break from the ads? Well, too damn bad. We run a communist regime here in the 501st, and you will listen to my smooth, buttery voice in between each of our podcast sections, and you will enjoy it. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.
So here's a funny. Here's. I'm going to prompt you to tell a story here, and this was actually submitted by someone you know very well.
I'm gonna kill him. Go ahead.
This came from Sazi, of course.
Of course.
But he wants me to ask you about your ride along in Razor, and the lat cannon hitboxes.
Uh-huh.
Could you tell us about that, please?
No.
No?
I will. I absolutely will.
Okay.
All right, cool. CR Casskun, new, never played modded Arma before. Didn't know Arma could be modded before he watched fucking Sorenzik's videos. And I am sitting in the co-pilot seat. These are swap lats. At the time, Stasi was the pilot teaching me things, and he is ripping through this valley. I think it was old Germany that we were flying through because it had the really pretty trees and everything. And I'm sitting in the co-pilot seat, and at that time, the co-pilot controlled the chin guns. And I was looking around, you know, I wasn't really paying attention because, frankly, we're flying back for reinserts, and we blew up spontaneously, just totally without warning. We blew up, and we respawn at base. And Sazi's quiet, and CR Casskun, who hopes to get into Razor because I don't have a choice, or so I think, is worried that Sazi is going to give me a bad report, or say, hey, this guy can't make it, And he's like, you pointed the guns down and you clipped the tree. And I'm feeling awful, man. I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't paying attention. Fuck. And being in the military, weapon awareness, where is my muzzle? And I wasn't paying attention. And it felt like a deep failure on my part. And like, I fucked up bad. Little did I know that he is muting his mic. That's why he's silent, laughing his ass off because he is ripping the chain, not pulling it, ripping the chain on this fucking new guy. And so I worried about it forever until I finally, years later, hear somebody. I told that story, and somebody tells me, dude, no, there's no hitbox on those. It was Namanai. Yeah, Namanai told me, no, dude, the guns never had a hitbox. I'm like, what? No, the guns never had a hitbox. That's a good meme, bro.
Oh shit.
I'm like, what? So I have never forgiven Sazi. I know he wants to be in Razor, and right now, if you scroll down, you can see that his happy little tag is "My body is ready," I'm gonna disappoint him. I'm going to flay him alive.
I welcomed him back to the unit the other day.
Excellent.
week.
Why? Sazi's a good dude, but dude,
that's what I
that
do.
haunted me for years.
That's my whole gimmick on this podcast. I say hello to new people and goodbye to old people.
Yeah. So that's that story. Don't trust.
So
don't
he
trust
crashed
people.
the lad intentionally to shit on you?
No, he was just too low and clipped a tree. That's all it was. It was a simple mistake.
my
Anybody
God.
would make it, but he blamed it on me. and let me believe it for years.
What a king.
Bastard.
Well, I like that, dude. Wait, that's like textbook victim blaming though, because you were the victim of the lat crash and he blamed you of it. Wow. Can't believe you've done this, Ozzy. You're officially unwelcomed.
When in doubt, blame the CR.
Blame the CR.
God. So let's kind of shift over to the other part, and you kind of mentioned it a little bit, which was you really do like to Zeus, and it kind of led you to campaign management. Campaign changed as well, so you had another project that you worked on pretty aggressively, and we had your counterpart Raider on here a couple weeks back.
Not counterpart, mortal enemy. I would like to
Mortal
make that
enemy.
clear.
You know what? As he is in my platoon, I will absolutely agree with that statement.
Thank you for your support.
Absolutely. I whatever you need, you have a blank check for that statement, Cass. But tell me. I mean, this would be the second thing that you painstakingly fixed, so respect. But how has that been? How did that kind of come up? And obviously, I mean, there's a whole new system you guys are working off of, like, monetary values, asset lists. You guys got to, like, of course, record all this stuff, and it's not easy. Whose mind did this come from, and why is it so good, I guess?
Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying it's all Radar's fault, and I'd like that to go on the official record. Because
Noted.
admitting that it's all my idea is the painful part. So, right, I'm working on all these mod changes, and previously we had like 10 lats and 2 multi-rolls and 2 bombers and whatever else, and it sucked. Because if we lost like 5 lats, I literally have to limit pilots and what they can do. And I had to say for a few weeks there, hey, if you lose a single fucking aircraft, you leave the AO. We apologize to infantry and you go. Do not risk anything else, because we'll literally be completely unable to be any kind of help. So, it really sucked. And I didn't want that to be the case. So I was asking people like, hey, who do I talk to about like these logistics points that were the previous system? Because I could not wrap my head around how it worked. And, I just wanted to make it so we could use these new assets because it was important. And so somebody said, yeah, talk to Radar. He's the guy. And I'm like, okay, Radar, who the fuck? So I find this guy Radar, and I'm like, hey, can I talk to you? And it's about like, I got questions about campaign. He's like, yeah, sure. So I'm like, all right, cool. I had this idea. I'm throwing it around. What if we made aircraft worth money, and that way, we had a little bit more number, and like we numbers of them, and we could, make it make more sense. And he's like, hey, that's kind of cool. So, do you mind doing that for the entirety of the goddamn 501st? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? That's really easy. Dumbass. So it just started, and we're like, all right, cool. I gotta think of this, and we just threw out numbers. Okay, cool. How much is a trooper worth? Like how do we even justify all this? Because normally a military unit does get funds, but it's like the overarching branch that deals with who goes where. But we're an isolated battalion within our lore, so we're not pirates. We're not stealing booty. We're a military unit, part of a larger scheme of things. And I came up with the best possible solution I could. We're detached. We are a separate element out on our own mission, and we are being given the option of executing that mission by whatever means are available via these dispensation of funds. And we have to be able to support our own operations in that regard. So we do what we can, and we sell the scrap of our enemies to black market traders. Fuck it. It's a good enough explanation. And then it grew from there, and I asked Kestrel for help, and I said, hey, I'm just having problems. Can you help me? Because I have a very rudimentary knowledge of Google Sheets. And Kestrel proceeds to unzip his pants and lay out the longest and most intimidating dong of formulas I've ever seen in my life, and completely transform this thing into this ridiculous sheet with drop-down values and vertical lookup and horizontal lookup. Did you guys know that shit could even happen in fucking Google Sheets? I didn't know. And so he lays this thing out, and he's like, I bet. And I'm like, oh, you're a fucking god. I'm incompetent. Excellent. Whatever. It works. You're beautiful. I love you. Thank you, Kestrel. And so we played around with it a little bit, and then we realized, okay, this is going to be kind of clunky because we still got to count who died, and we still got to be like, hey, fuck, how many did we lose? Was that desync? And fuck, Bridger, you're an NSOC. Or do you really want to count how many times radar died in an operation? Do you want to be responsible for that information?
Well,
Hell no.
No, well, I mean, if it's radar,
Okay, bad example.
I'll laugh about it. Yeah.
Did you want to keep track of everybody in your
No,
platoon
no.
and how exactly? It'd be impossible. So I asked around again, and I bumped into this guy named Soivalon. And
One of my
Soivalon
kids.
said, "Okay, so what do you want?" And I said, "I wish we had a way of tracking this." And he goes, "Okay." He pulls out a goat and chops off its head and starts drawing weird symbols on the floor. And weird techno babble speak later. My computer stands up and walks out of the room because it knows I can't understand what the fuck is going on. And now we have a script that directly reads who was hit by what grid location, what time, and that populates in fucking Arma. You then copy that information, you paste it on a sheet, and that sheet literally translates all that information into who died, how many times, what was lost, what was killed, by whom. You click a button and it populates it per platoon into a punch card and gives you a nice happy thing. And then it summarizes it into a battalion report.
Every day when someone tells me something that Soivalon does, I just like
it's
a good feel.
It's black fucking magic, my guy.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, through the outstanding efforts of so many different people, and then the countless people that gave me input from Hobnob and Mark and Neb and obviously Kestrel and Soivalon and all their efforts, and just a ridiculous number of people. We now have this system that tracks all that and puts a monetary value. We even have a system in place that way, hopefully, come to pass, wherein if you guys capture Munificent, we can add that to our actual gameplay loop. You can sell it, you can salvage it, you can invest in it if it's shot down and actually get it flying again and use it. So we're literally trying to incorporate all of these different things to make everything you guys do matter in the campaign, and we're writing the story so we don't have an end. We're constantly writing 2 branches of every chapter, and if you guys succeed or fail, the story will change based on that.
I love that. What
Yes.
where do you see? I mean, where do you see the campaign and like this time at the end, like by next winter stand down? How is that going to evolve? Because we've I think there have been less interacting. I think since we've been back on campaign, it's been pretty good. Not gonna lie, 3 weeks in, I'm cool with it. I mean, mostly Avalanche in this room. I think I've actually pretty thoroughly enjoyed myself. There's been plenty of intel or oh shit moments where we're not wasting an op. You know what I mean? Where do you? I mean, how many? Hold on, let me restructure this question. How many planets do you think we're going to get to this year, and where do you see us at the end of this year by winter stand down with campaign?
I see us being in a very exciting place, and I know I'm being vague with that, and I'm sorry. I really wish I could gush to you guys, but what we have planned is entirely different from what we did before. I know we've done 4 other campaign cycles before this one, where we started in episode 2 and we ended at episode 3, because that's the story, and we are a StarSim. But the only thing I'm really willing and capable of saying at this time concerning where the campaign itself as a story will be is what if? So that's all I can really say about that. But as far as other things go, we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I know Lost Platoon guys are doing insane work in trying to drive stories for that. Soivalon and I actually sat down and built a space combat system. It's literally Star Wars Armada, the board game, but just super dumbed down, so we can get like 50 ships on at a time within a reasonable time frame, and you can actually like roll the dice and be the commander on the spot. We're opening that up to everybody in the unit. So if you ever enjoyed tabletop games, or if you ever enjoyed like naval tactics, you can directly contribute to the campaign. Like this next space battle will determine how many assets Zeus's can add to their asset sheets for what remains of conquering this island on Clackdor 7, which is just Bith, by the way, but whatever.
Oh, so so you've listened to us, been like, what is Clackdoor 7?
Yeah, no,
Every-
it's
That
Bith.
Star Trek shit.
It's Bith. B-I-T-H. The guy, the Cantina theme song. Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
the guys playing the instruments. Those are Bith aliens, and they come from the planet of Bith, which is known as Clackdoor 7, like in books, but no one calls it Clackdoor 7. It is Bith. Sorry,
What is this?
minor
Clackdoor.
soapbox.
I'm
I will step
googling this
down now.
Clackdoor. Clackdoor
Uh,
7, also known simply as Biff, was a planet.
So,
All right, fine. I guess it's not fucking Star Trek shit.
right, and we've also Lost Platoon is currently kind of playing with the idea of using FunOps as a way of driving the campaign, and with that as an option of having campaign FunOps, basically, where anybody can contribute to this global storyline we're trying to write. We can go to quite a few planets to answer that portion of your question, Bridger. I got a random hair up my ass, and I found a map of the galaxy, and I found a great website, and I did the mapping of it with the coordinates and the sectors, and we have 2023 planets to choose from. And I even have a
Wow.
galactic map I can control. So as the Republic gains ground, we can move the blue line to encompass that new area, and we can move the red line as the CIS moves stuff, and the Hutts will continue to try to expand their space. So I literally tried to give everybody all the tools they could possibly need for picking whatever the hell story we want. Right now, the campaign is kind of episodic. We are moving, we are doing things, and the story's progressing. But campaign staff is currently working on creating an overarching storyline where we can have the pivotal and milestone events and those ops where we are driving our main storyline forward, even as we do these episodic, we're going to go to Toydaria and we're going to, have fun on there, or we're going to go to Rugosa, or we're going to go to...
Ah, we're gonna go to war.
Oh, little
Mind
orphan
tricks don't work
Bridger.
on me, only
Little
money.
orphan Bridger, what you do here?
Exactly. So, if people enjoy a planet and they love the ops and they scream for more enemies, and I heard the conversation earlier of I'm not happy unless I've died 40 times personally, then you know what? If you want a nice Siege of Seleucami style just slog across a planet where every inch you remember, then we can do that. Or if you just want lightning raids on tiny targets and cool little special missions that volunteers can go do, we can do that. Hell, I've even tossed around the idea of collecting storytellers from across the unit and running one-shots of the Star Wars RPG from Fantasy Flight. So you play so Dakota, you would be Corporal Dakota on a special mission with 3-4 other people, and you would roleplay what you are doing. Maybe you got separated. Maybe you got sent on a special mission. Maybe you're undercover, whatever the case may be. We can create that story in people's minds, and we can put you in that place and kind of immerse you in the environment and give you more information that way. So we're reaching for literally every tool at our disposal to try to make this as entertaining and interesting a campaign as possible, because we literally can't do it without you guys. And you guys are what make it succeed. So we're just trying to put in nearly as much effort as you guys do by showing up every week and doing your damnedest.
I like this. Can I roleplay as a Republic Commando?
You go right ahead, Boo.
Oh my god.
Thank God. Here
I'll
we
yell
go.
at Jay for you.
I want to be ARF.
Okay? I don't know what ARF is, but go for it. No
Awesome.
one's ever explained it to me. I hear ARF and I think someone's like making fun of a dog. I'm really confused. No one's gonna explain. Okay, cool. I keep Casskun in under the.
It's like, and this is gonna piss off 2 specific people when I say this. It's like Ark, but they get a vehicle.
It's long range arc.
Yeah, let me try that again. Here, a professional. ARF is literally snipers. That's their role.
Okay.
Yeah, they get a fancy helmet.
You go be ARF, Boo. Follow your
It's like
dreams.
somebody tripped on a fucking creek and fell down and hit 40 rocks on the way. But yeah, ARF looks cool, I guess.
Do what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have no taste.
I will remain happy with my tentacle chin and dick sucking beak of my pilot helmet.
I have a question, if
Yeah,
you
what's
don't
up?
mind me asking.
By all means.
So, one of your pilots
Oh no.
has actually he messaged me today, or just a little bit ago, and he actually wanted me to ask about your furriness, because he says that you're also a furry.
It's
Oh.
so I'm a little bothered by this because I told him that in confidence. So it is true. I am a furry. I identify as a tuna. He and I share that. In fact, I just feel better in the water, man. And whenever this pilot, who shall remain nameless, Diablo, talks, we can't help but fantasize about our scales sliding against each other and the coolness of the water. It's a private thing, so please don't judge me for it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty wet.
Oh, it gets pretty. It's the ocean, dude. Of course it's
Huh.
wet.
Is this a bad time to transition to you talking about fatherhood or what?
Let's fucking go.
So 18
Ah.
months?
Yeah, dude.
18 blessed and cursed months. Yes, blurst. I think that's the
Are
term.
you starting to get some sleep finally, or?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Nah, he's a good kid, and fuck, Eliza is a fucking lifesaver because she has taken on the role of getting up at 4 or 5 times a night to get him back to sleep. He's starting to be able to put himself back to sleep, but it's still a challenge, and she does ridiculous amounts of work to allow me to be here and do this because she knows it's important to me.
That's
and,
cool.
Yeah, no, she definitely wants to come back and play because she misses being a marksman, but we'll see what the future holds.
Let her know she'll get a shout out on the podcast.
Eliza, you got a shout out in the podcast?
No, don't tell her everybody gets it when they join.
Oh, she's in the other room.
Okay.
She can listen to it twice now. Oh yeah, I mean, you guys did like the unit relationship thing before it was cool. So
Well,
was,
I remember asking Jay, like, "Hi, is my wife okay to be in the unit? Like, I'm not trying to cause problems." And he's like, "No ERP on server, and you're fine." And I'm like, "What?
Is that what he fucking said?
Like, what is ERP?" He's like,
good.
"You know what? You're fine. You're fine. Just if it gets bad, I'll stop it. Like, you're both getting banned." Like, okay, that's cool.
Is there
And
is
then,
there like
and
a
then,
form I have to fill out or something?
I had a plan. She was gonna join. I was gonna teach her the ways of Razor. We were gonna be like, the husband wife, like little wingman team. I'd fucking nope. She cucked me for Avalanche. Fuck.
Hey, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
she
talking
went
about.
right to 2-3 as well.
Right to 2-3 slotted marksman and proceeded to just ignore the fuck out of me, and it hurts. It hurts deep inside, man.
Dakota actually did.
No, it wasn't.
You don't want me to finish that sentence?
It wasn't
knew.
me. I was in 2-4. She joined with Guide and them, so you're now 3-1.
Is that why
that
Uncle
makes so
invited me to
much
run with
sense.
3-1?
Probably.
That makes so much sense. Well, I don't know if Uncle was around back then, but probably. He knows. He's smart. Let me ask you this one. This is a nickname that comes up very frequently for you.
Fuck me.
Where does and I can't believe I feel the need to ask this, but how many times a week do you get called Crashkun?
Literally every time I get on server by at least 2 people.
So for starters, it's actually pretty funny. Second of all, when did that nickname come up, and why has it not died?
All right. So I can answer the second part of that question first. It hasn't died because nobody has any fucking respect for people in this unit. None whatsoever, and it really hurts my feelings. No, Crashkun and Casskun are too fucking close. It's just how it is. It won't die because, frankly, I react well to people calling me that. I get very uppity without actually banning anybody for too long, so it will never die. And where it comes from, I was in Hawaii. I was stationed in Hawaii when I joined the unit, and Hawaii internet is about as reliable as Hawaii gas prices. They will always surprise you, and they're never the same. So I would constantly DC. That's where it started coming from, because I just DC'd and I crashed out. What really solidified it, though, was an Accolade platoon op. We were on some very flat map, gentle hills. It was really foggy, and I went in to rescue the T-Series. and then I with absolute consummate skill executed a beautiful J-turn, landed, picked up the HVT, extracted like a boss right into the only fucking tree on the map. So there goes that campaign objective. Now, thankfully, the Ackley guys defended me and immediately opened fire on the tree in vengeance. But alas, I had earned my nickname. I don't crash often, but when I do, it's with every senior NCO in the unit in the back of my lat.
Everyone has to witness.
It is only in high-profile situations. I with the old impulsor, I perfected this way of you could nose down, and if you spammed the repulsor and pulled up about 300 meters from the ground, you'd go from a 400 kilometer an hour drop straight to the ground to landing. I called it the dead man's drop, and I was very proud of this because I figured it out. That was like my thing that I wanted to contribute. And I practiced it, and I did it a few times, like successfully in ops. And finally, I'm supporting fucking Avalanche 3, and I go in for the dead drop, and I missed the very important 300 meter point, and I just straight up crashed into the fucking ground, and it was on stream. Help.
Whose stream? Everyone's stream? Or
Yeah, pretty
what?
much. Yep. It literally just looked like I decided that MTT needs a kiss right now, and I just ran into it. That's what it looks like. It looks like I just gave up. Like you know what? I'm done, and I just hit the MTT with an entire squad in the back on insert.
Did the MTT die?
No,
Oh.
no. No,
You
the
hear
scattered
about all
Arma
these
baby
disappointed.
bodies of ragdolls spewed out the lat after the explosion. They immediately got fucking mass cast by the B2s that were spawning from the MTT on Geonosis. It was a terrible time, man.
Goddamn Geonosis.
It's all right. I can see why you would do that. You know what I mean? It's like everybody wants to do their little cool thing, man. I've got my cool things that I do. Just generally just fucking suicide into droids and somehow live.
Okay.
I don't know how it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I do it. Sometimes I'll just I'll just run at droids and then they won't shoot me.
You just pull down on the mouse.
No, that's only with the L. With the L, if you pull down on the mouse.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No. If you pull down, well, you have to be able to look at the droids. You can't just stare at the ground the whole time. Although I don't know if this works or not, but does that give you a lower profile when you like run and then you're like crouched and then you just like pull down on your mouse? So you're just fucking like running like with your back like parallel to the ground. You know what I mean? Like a fucking full on duck walk.
I mean, if you can't see you, they can't see you.
Got a point.
I like that.
So if I close my eyes, I'm safe?
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
much. It's the ostrich defense, bro. It's undefeatable.
Excellent. Casskun, let me ask you this. You said your son is 18 months, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're getting close to that 2-year-old birthday. Big day.
Kill me.
I guess. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I do this math right when I say this because I'm actually stupid. 12 years from now, will your son be joining the 501st?
As a matter of fact, he's already in the 501st as CR Hellspawn. He's just on probation and isn't allowed on server.
What?
The last time he was on server with me, he shut off my engine and dropped bombs.
Really?
Because you have to have him like on your lap, because otherwise he gets angry.
Right.
And then he wants to touch the keyboard. So I tried deploying a decoy keyboard. I put my old keyboard in front of the actual one I was using.
Right.
And yeah, he's smarter than I am. So he just reached over that one. And he proceeded to apply extreme and violent force to the keyboard with his open hand, much the way I type. And proceeded to figure out how to turn on the narrator, sticky keys, the magnifier, turn off my engines, deploy smokes, drop whatever bombs are on my aircraft, and like minimize Arma while it was still running. With like 3 hits of the keyboard, it was truly consummate skill.
This is
Not
what you
even
get
2
for
windows at an alt tab.
Yeah, this is what you get for fucking marrying somebody smarter than you. As the other dumb person, as the other guy who's the dumb person in the relationship, I understand completely.
It's nice to know that there's someone else out there, man. I thought I was alone.
No, I'm.
No,
I
Sandman's
might.
here too.
Yeah.
Whoa! I'm an intellectual. All right. I got
I'm not.
education.
I enlisted. I'm a retard.
Yeah. Well, we all
How do you
make
think-
mistakes.
How do you think Sandman and I know each other? So, I don't know if I've ever told you this, Casskun, but fucking Sandman was actually like one of my Marines.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking. He ended up getting into this unit because I DM'd him and I was like, "You Arma?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You Star Wars Arma?" And he was like, "This isn't real." And then yeah, and then
And now here we are.
And that's how toxic friendships continue.
It's beautiful. It's the circle of life. Last question for you today, Casskun. This one's sort of a tradition here on the show here, but I'm gonna make this one Razor specific for you, make it really easy.
Oh Lord.
Scuba Neb, who is a nerd, by the way, I'd like to formally say that Neb is a nerd here.
Can't confirm.
Neb, you're a nerd. Scuba, Neb, and Jesus. You gotta fuck one, marry one, and kill one. Proceed.
Kill Scuba. That's all I got, man.
Oh.
All right, I think I'd fuck Jasus, but I'd marry Neb. Jasus has got that buttery smooth voice that makes me feel all warm and cozy inside. Neb is just a solid guy, and I know that our marriage would work because we would ignore each other aggressively. So yeah, that's my final answer.
So considerate of my time. Awesome. Okay, cool. Now we know. Now and so does everyone else. Well, Cass, man, it's honestly been awesome talking to you. It's been one of the better episodes that we've had here, man.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you.
I will say this. This is like one of the episodes where I haven't had to try to think of something to say to fucking keep the conversation going. I've just been able to sit here and just fucking listen. It's great.
Yeah, you're an easy interview. You're a fun time, man. But you're welcome anytime, obviously, and likely, we're gonna do some repeats later down the line, and we'd love to have you back. So when that time comes, be ready.
Am I producer material?
Are you producer material?
Do you want to be a producer?
You want to be one?
I don't know.
Producer?
I mean, if you're looking for a producer,
I could use the help.
I mean, you let me know what you need, boys.
Okay, we'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk. Hey, by the way, everybody else, that is how you get a job in the 501st. Okay, anyone.
Literally, I can't confirm. Just ask.
Man, Jesus. Anyway, we'll wrap up there, man. Thank you so much, Cass. We'll move it over to Valhalla to wrap it up for his segment, Hail and Farewell.
Have you ever been in the field, down in the dirt with your bros? Mud running over the calves of your teammates. Blood squirting from every orifice, just covering your face. You feel your brother's hot, warm liquids oozing down your hands. If you haven't experienced this, you haven't lived. Join the 501st Medical Detachment.
Good evening, gamers. It's evening for me because it's fucking 10 p.m. Get fucked. We'll be starting this little segment of the podcast. It's the same one that I always do every week. The hail and the farewell. We're saying hello to the new people that joined the unit and goodbye to the people that left. Starting with the hails. I don't quite remember who I left off on last week, so I just made sure I didn't skip anybody. So we're going to start with Savage. Welcome. Authoress. Fallout, welcome back. I think that was the one that Jay approved, right? I don't know. He just posted his. Okay. And then hello to Theron, Lone, Snowy, Kaiba, Kaiiba,
Two eyes.
Yeah, Kaiba. You're Kaiba now. Osiris, welcome. And let's see. Farewell. Who do I have? I did this like a fucking idiot. For farewells, we've just got Helix and Locath, who I believe both transferred.
Locath came back.
Lowcath came back. Lowcath, welcome back.
Welcome back, Lowcath.
Welcome back,
Legend.
Lowcath.
It
Way
was
to
a
go,
speedrun.
buddy.
2 days gone. He's back.
All right, never
Way to
mind.
go.
God damn it. That's it. Again, I think I said in a few episodes ago that I feel like the reason we're getting so many recruits is because people are watching the Star Wars stuff, and then they're just like, I want to do, because it happens with fucking the Old Republic too. People watch like the Star Wars stuff, and they're like, I want to go back into the Star Wars thing, and then they join the 501st or start playing other video games. I know that's like what I officially think it is, but I'm gonna unofficially say that it's definitely because of the podcast,
Agreed. Agreed. And then they all become pilots under Casskun.
Yeah, fucking.
I'm willing to help you guys. Just say the word.
That sounded like an offer. Yeah, from all of us here at 501, I think we're gonna cut it here today. We hope you enjoyed episode 11. If you have missed any of our episodes and would like to catch up, I will, as tradition entails, put that in the announcement below. And to everyone here, I'd like to thank our producer Dakota and our editor Black, who is not here because he smells. I would like to thank you guys for continuous hard work, and the rest of the news team, as well as we get into the new year 2022. And from all of us here, I will say goodbye for now, but only till next time. Sandman, you got anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, it's like February. It's been in the new year for like a month and some change, my guy. You can't
a month
use
and a
that
half.
anymore.
It's the 12th.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
gone.
bro, you're what? You're just already. You're firmly like in.
That's it. We are
2022.
in 2022.
It just became February. Oh shit, bro! It's the February 12th. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't
exactly.
even know what to have for breakfast yesterday. I don't know. Don't shame me, please.
I also have onset dementia. No.
Onset. Early onset, late onset.
I don't fucking know medical stuff. I just say stuff that sounds funny. All right.